Sitting at the review table, what we're going to take a look at is the Olight S30R Javelot. Yes, rechargeable. Let's take a look at this little flashlight. With the S30R Javelot, what we have here is a side switch, no tail switch. This one can be hard to find. What I did with the S2 baton is just take the pocket clip here, orient it to the opposite side of the side switch, and then that gave me kind of a tactile feel to find out exactly where that side switch was. So I've done the same thing with this. However, what I find with the pocket clip is that it rotates a little more easy than the baton. So sometimes it'll get rotated and then I'll find it and I still kind of have to hunt for that side switch. And this is kind of a common problem with side switch flashlights, is when you're in the dark, hence the reason you're trying to use a flashlight, these side switches can be kind of hard to find. I have had this turn on in my pocket inadvertently once, but it has just been once in all the time that I've carried it. It's about a month and a half to 2 months, I believe, somewhere around there that I've been carrying this thing. To turn this flashlight on, very simple. One click turns it on. Push and hold will take it up to the next brightness level, up to the next, and so on. If you do 2 clicks from the off position, that will put you in the turbo mode. And if you do 3 quick ones, that puts you in strobe. And if it's already on, 3 quick, strobe. If you push and hold from the off, you can see it's gone into Moonlight Mode. Moonlight Mode is 1 lumen. And honestly, what I've found with this Moonlight Mode, or whatever they call it, the lowest, is I prefer the 0.5 lumen. There seems to be a big difference between 0.5 and 1 lumen when you're trying to keep things really, really low. That said, it's not bad, but I do prefer the 0.5 lumen. Another function this has is this part right here will light up. It will turn red, giving you a warning that, hey, the battery's low. First, what it'll do, it'll start blinking. Now, once it started, I didn't recharge it because I wanted to get an idea of how long it lasted. And honestly, once it starts blinking, you've got a fair amount of time before it needs to be recharged. So it gives you some ample warning. Next, when the battery gets even lower, this turns a solid red. And that even gives you a little bit of time. So once that warning light comes on, you've got quite a while before you need to recharge it. It's a good visual indicator of saying, hey, recharge me. The R in this model number, the S30R, means that this is rechargeable. The battery it comes with, yes, this does come with a battery, is a proprietary 18650 rechargeable battery. Now this will also run off of 2 CR123s. Don't try to charge those. That won't work. Only this one, it is proprietary. I think I said that. Here is the docking base for this, which is a pretty slick setup. And one of the things I like about this being a rechargeable is I'm kind of weird with my battery, guys. This is just a personal thing, but sometimes I'm like, especially with these expensive batteries, I want to be careful how I use them because I don't want to be buying batteries all the time. However, with this rechargeable one, I don't think about that. So it's kind of nice. You can see here, I don't have it plugged in, obviously, but this will be a green light showing that it's receiving power. You put this on with the magnetized base, this will turn red and it will start charging. Normal USB connection on this end and a micro USB on that end here. And then also what it has is another USB port right here. So let's say this is to your phone. You can plug that in. Obviously it wouldn't look like this. So this one's running out to your phone, plug that in and charge, while you still have this one plugged into the wall. So now you can charge your flashlight and you can charge your phone. So this is really a good little bedside setup. Construction on the flashlight, yes, it does have a flat base, so you can tail stand it if you want, something I really, really enjoy in flashlights. And it has that magnetized base, so it connects great with the recharging base that I showed you already. But also you can put it many different places with that magnetized base. So I really like that aspect of it. You can see the knurling here on the main portion of the body. You also have it on here to help kind of unscrew the back of the light when you need to. And we have these cutouts here so that if this pocket clip, yes, removable, relatively strong. Actually, yeah, it's not bad at all. Will this bend if you get it caught on something? Yes, most clips will, but you can see it's nice, strong. But if you do take this off and you set it down, one thing too that I really dislike about flashlights is then they roll away. With this construction right here, not gonna happen. Now let's jump to some of the beam shots. I have multiple beam shots. Don't know how many I'm gonna roll in, but let's take a look at those now. So we'll just start off on low here. We'll skip the moonlight. But you can see the trees out there just barely. And guys, I finally found a setting on my camera that's pretty accurate of what I'm actually seeing with the flashlight for the most part. It's pretty close. Now we'll jump up to the next one. 80 lumens. We'll jump up to high. That is 400 lumens. And then we'll jump up to turbo, which is 900. So you can see this really, really lights up the area here. So at this point, we're sitting at about 30 yards. And looking back this way at the camera, that is a bright light. Holy cow. I don't know how well you could hear me back there, but that tree right there, those two, that's about 30 yards out. And you can see this is putting a very, very bright light on those trees. I mean, look at that, it's still going out there. Waterproof testing, we're gonna do that one now because I've seen some videos and this hasn't fared out so well. So let's see how mine does. You can see a little bit of moisture. I've already done it. Roll that footage. The late Boy Scout just did a water test on his S30R Javelot and it didn't turn out so good. So I'm curious, how's mine gonna work? Over 17 minutes to go. Looks like we're still doing good. 9 minutes left. Still on. There's 30 minutes. What we're gonna do though, we're gonna dry this off completely so as we don't transfer any of the moisture that's on the outside to the inside. Now let's open this up, see what we're looking at here. A little bit under the clip, pocket clip, still. Look at that. Already I can see moisture from the inside. As far as I can tell, the moisture that did get inside pretty much stayed up on this end. So I didn't see anything that got down in here. Now, again, I referenced the Late Boy Scouts video. He showed he had a nice little puddle at the bottom of his. This one does not. There was certainly some moisture on the battery itself. So a rating of IPX8, which is the highest rating you can go, that might be stretching it, I'm thinking. That said, I mean, that was underwater for 30 minutes. I think most people, unless you drop it in a river and forget that it's there, probably won't be a problem for you. That said, maybe we ought to take that IPX rating down a notch or two. Weight on this is coming in at 4.3 ounces. Size-wise, there's a Samsung S4. Oh, let's see what else we got hanging around. There's a Griptilian right there. Here's a Piranha auto blade right there. That's a 4-inch blade. This is a 3.5-inch blade, I think. So that gives you an idea. So as far as EDC goes, yes, you can EDC this. What I find though is it's a little bit on the large side for me. It's kind of, it's on that point of being almost too big, but it does work. I have EDC'd it for that month and a half, 2 months. However, I think for some people it will be too big. For other people, they're like, nah, right on, it works, I can make it work. But how I see this is it's more of going to be a camping flashlight. It's going to be a bedside flashlight, especially with this charging dock. It'll always be nice and charged. So that's how I see it going. Then once I'm done with this testing, I will go back to a smaller flashlight. That said, this will probably make the rotation every now and again.